Hi everyone, it's Donna here from Donna's Vintage Cottage, and I'm here today to show you, I'm going to attempt to show you how I made one of these items. Both of these were inspired by Robin Dudley Howes. I just recently discovered her channel and I love her style. She is actually one of the design team members for the Graphics Fairy, which I use a lot of her images in my projects. Robin uses a lot of vintage linens, linens in her creations, and of course that is my style as well, so I found a lot of inspiration from her. This one here is just a panel to adhere to a page. She actually did a tutorial on this one, and I will put the I'll put a link down below to her channel. She has wonderful wonderful videos and tutorials, and she actually sells she has online classes in her Etsy shop, and I'm thinking about taking one of them. But anyway, this was an actual tutorial that I followed step by step, and it's got lots of linens on it, and it's got a really grungy kind of old look, and buttons and hand stitching. I think the title of the this particular video had slow stitch tutorial in it, which I'm not sure what slow stitching is, but to me is just hand stitching. But this part just flips up, and there's corrugated cardboard with some whitewash on it. Just a lot of collage of different images, and the string, you can tuck something in and then tuck it up underneath there. So that's one of the things that I did watching one of her tutorials. This one wasn't a tutorial. I don't know if she has a tutorial on it, but I saw it in one of her journal flip-throughs. I got lots of ideas from watching her journal flip-throughs. But this one is, it flips up and then flips open, and then you've got a place to tuck something in here. Now, I watched that. I kept rewinding and rewinding and rewinding until I kind of got the idea of what she did. It's using an envelope. For this particular one, I used a legal-sized envelope, so it's bigger than the one that she did. And I used a piece of junk mail, so the writing that was on it is covered up. And then there's the see-through on the envelope that I just tucked something in over here to peek through the envelope. I'm going to show you what I did to make this from watching her video. I wanted to make a smaller one. I thought she used a legal size in hers, but actually hers was a lot smaller than this. And the front is just a collage of different fabrics and linens and buttons. And the one I'm going to do today is not going to have this window, because I don't like how when you slip something in, it gets hung up on that window, and you have to kind of fuss with it to get it in. So I'm not going to do one with a window on the envelope. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a regular letter size envelope. I've already coffee stained this one. It measures about 6.5 by 3.5. So the first thing to do is to find a center point. So since it was 6.5, it'll be 3.25. And I'm just going to put a little mark where that is, and fold each side in to that mark. Leave just a little bit of space for the opening. Where's my fold folder? Fold this one in till they meet. Give it a nice crease. And there you have your your doors. And then the next thing you need to do is cut out this little area here, just following the creases to make your cuts. And there you have it. You've got your doors and your flap. Now, what I did is I scooched it up just a little bit to make that crease a little bit higher than where it normally falls, because you have to allow for the thickness of what's going to be here. If you don't do that, your flap is going to be like hanging out. So I'm just scooching it up a little bit, and I'm going to make a new crease a little bit higher than the natural crease of the envelope. So there you go. Now, keep this is my prototype. I'm going to do the flap, and the flap looked like burlap with a collage of fabric. So I'm going to start with actually this is canvas. This is just canvas, really cheap canvas from the hardware store. It's a painter's drop cloth canvas. And the smallest one was like 4 feet by 5 feet, something like that. And it was like $5. So you get a whole big sheet of this canvas. This is how it comes, the color that it comes, kind of a oatmeal color. And then I coffee dyed some, so it has that grungier look. It tears really well, although it's really hard to tear. You got to put some muscle behind it. So I'm gonna measure a piece and I like all the things hanging off, a little bit narrower than, let's see if I'm going to be able to do this, a little bit narrower than what the envelope is. And no, I don't think, oh, there we go. Okay, I got a hot mess here, but I like it. I'm going to take some of this off. Doesn't need to be this long anyway. I like that fringe in the bottom there. So the top needs to be a little bit less than, I don't think I'm going to be able to tear it this way, but I'm going to try. Nope. I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to hang on to that because that will go in a collage. Actually, that probably could too, but I'm going to throw that away. I can't keep everything, although I'd love to. The longer threads of these I keep and use to thread, put in buttons. Okay, so I've got my little piece of canvas here, and now I'm going to, I have a bunch of little fabric collages that I'll sit and watch TV and put these together at night. So I'm going to see if I have anything already put together that I could use for this collage. That one's not bad, but it takes up, I want it a little bit smaller than the burlap. I keep calling it burlap. It's canvas, but it looks like burlap. This one might. Okay, I kind of like that one. See if there's any other options in here. That one's too long. I make them in all different sizes, shapes. These are all too big. That's too big. Well, it looks like tonight I need to make some more smaller ones. How about this one? That one's too narrow, I think. Well, maybe not. I kind of like that one. I like the colors in that one. So I think that one is the winner. Oh, here's another one. Nope, I think that one's the winner. Okay, I'm going to go with that one. Alright, so I'm going to go with this. I am just going to tack it down for now to the burlap. Just a little bit, just to hold it in place. I'm going to put buttons on here also, but I need to sew first. Okay, I'm going to pause the camera. What I'm going to do, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch all the way around the outside of the whole envelope. I'm also going to ink it because you don't need to watch me ink. I like to ink everything. And then I'm also going to run a stitch like you see here. Run a stitch across the top to hold this onto the flap. So I'm going to put you on pause and go do all of that, and then we'll finish up. Okay, I'm back. I stitched all the way around, and you don't have to do that. I mean, that's just, I like stitching on my projects. You don't have to do that at all. You don't even have to stitch this. You could just glue it on, but I stitched it on with a zigzag stitch. So here's where we are with the prototype. Now she put some buttons on there, so I'm gonna go into my button box and pick out some. I'm going to pick out ones that have the thread already in them so that I don't have to, so I can just glue them on. I don't know if that one might be too big. I want different colors. Let me find something darker. No, the darker ones have thread on them. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Maybe we'll do, that's a nice vintage one. We'll do all mother of pearl, I guess. I'm going to put them off to one side and glue them down. I like the fact that this fabric collage holds the flap down in the album so it's not flopping up. And I am using my favorite Beacon 3-in-1 glue. It is my go-to glue along with art glitter glue. I never use hot glue. I tried at one point and I kept, where's my paper towel? Hold on. My glue is volcanoing again. So there are my buttons. I got a little bit too much on that one. It's oozing out. There are my vintage buttons. That's going to need to dry a little bit. Now, she also had a word or a little phrase on her collage. So I printed out, I found a typewriter font online, and I just did a page in Microsoft Word of all kinds of different little sayings. So I'm going to pick one of these out. One that's kind of short because let's just go with create. Because we are being creative today. And of course I have to ink it just a little bit. let's glue that down. Oops, I got glue strings. Even though I'm not using hot glue, I still have glue strings from this Beacon 3-in-1. I'm just going to put it down in this corner. There's that. So now we have our little fabric collage done for the cover. So all we need now is something to go inside of the pocket on the inside. And I already have a, oops, wrong way. I already have a container of all my pre-made tags. Hopefully one of these 100 or so will fit in there. Oh, that's way too tall. Let me see if I can find something shorter. Still too tall. I know I have shorter ones in here somewhere. Oh, that one looks, yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, that one fits perfectly. Okay, we've got a winner. So there you have it. Little fabric envelope pocket. Here's the prototype made with a legal sized envelope with opening, see-through, and then this one with a letter size envelope. And I'm going to leave this part open for journaling. You can also journal on the inside. I might do something here to decorate the doors a little bit. Maybe some stenciling or a little cutout flower or something like that. But there you have it. My little envelope door, inspired by Robin Dudley Howes. Go check her out. She does fantastic work. I've gotten so much inspiration from her lately. I've been watching a lot of her videos. She is awesome and right up my alley, because she collects vintage linens like I do. So, and she uses them in her journal. So go check her out. And that's all I have for now. I think I'm going to be doing a video this week with wedding dress items. I have a bunch of sleeve panels that I need to get sold, so stay tuned for that. Possibly today, probably tomorrow. But that's it for now. Bye.